What's up, y'all? It's Ticia the Diva. It's Ticia Tuesdays, and this is for my ladies. Today is October 23rd, 2018, so y'all already know this Ticia Tuesday. I'm marching right back to City Hall talking about that traffic light at the intersection of Princess Anne and Majestic. This is my third time going back to City Hall. I'll be going back tonight. So anybody that wants to share their voice, anybody that wants to stand up and is in support with me and Gregory Bateman Jr.'s family and just in support of the city of Norfolk itself, make sure you all come out, okay? Show your support, show your love. I'll also be posting the phone number of the reception, whoever, where you can call and say, hey, I want to be a speaker for tonight. I'll definitely make sure that in the bio or the link and all of that stuff or whatever, I'll make sure I post that phone number so that if you want to get in, you can call, or you can just show up at least 15 to 20 minutes early at City Hall, 810 Union Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23510, 11th floor. You can show up 15 to 20 minutes early, and you can let them know that you want to speak, okay? It is so simple and so easy as just saying, hi, my name is Letitia Latham, and I am here to support getting the install of the traffic light at the intersection of Princess Anne and Majestic. Thank you. That's simple. That's it. That's all you would even have to do. And if you want to get up there and just say how you feel about whatever, you can. You're free to do that, okay? That's what the City Hall meetings are set up for. They're set up for us who live in a city, who have issues, who have concerns, who want to voice their opinion about something that they see that needs to be changed, that they see that something needs to be done. It's that simple, y'all. It is that simple. I encourage anybody, whatever city that you live in, to go to your City Hall meetings for the simple fact you get to hear firsthand at everything that is being done to your city, to your neighborhoods, to your streets, to the schools, to the libraries, to development, to different projects that they have going on. You get to hear firsthand what they're doing. You get to see, because they be having different models of different stuff. So I encourage everybody to sit in on the city council meetings, go. A lot of people that have been coming, that have been supporting me, these have been their first City Hall meetings as well. So again, I want to thank everybody that has been coming out, all you parents, all my followers. Well, I ain't gonna even say all, like it's been a lot of them. It's been a few, but again, even the few, because in the Bible it say when 2 and 3 are gathered, the Lord is there, okay? So even just your presence being there, it is still felt. And I just want to continue and encourage everybody to continue to come out, okay, y'all? Continue to come out. And speaking of which, I had somebody from high school to give me a call. Nicole, congratulations. She was recently married over the weekend up in Woodbridge, Virginia, which is now her hometown. And she messaged me, she DM'd me on Instagram, and she was just like, I got some inspiration for you. Could you please give me a call? And I called her up, and, she was just saying, because of what you're doing in Norfolk, where I'm from, where she once lived, she was like, it prompted me to go ahead and start getting things together, because she wants to get speed bumps put in her neighborhood, because she lives between 2 elementary schools, and is a lot of speeding that goes on in her neighborhood. And what Nicole and her now husband have been doing, they have been building that relationship with the community, with their church, with their pastor, and all that stuff or whatever. So I just want to continue to encourage anybody who wants to stand up for their community, because be the change that you wish to see in your community. Be the change that you wish to see in this world, but you got to start right at home first. You got to start right outside your door, right in your backyard first, before you try to go off and trying to do this and all that stuff. Start where you are. Start right where you are. That's with anything that you're trying to do, anything that you're trying to accomplish. You don't have to wait until tomorrow or next week or next month. Start right there, right now, in that moment, right there when you're thinking about it. Start right there. And I just want to say kudos to Nicole and her husband for even wanting, and they don't even have kids yet, just like I don't have kids yet. But we want to have children, and we want to make sure that our children grow up in the communities that are safe, where they can play, where they can walk, where they can go to the library, where they can go to school, and we don't have to get phone calls saying that somebody ran them over because they were speeding. So Nicole, I definitely want to just thank you for even allowing me to be an inspiration for you and your husband for wanting to change and just, wanting to be community advocates and wanting to be involved in your community. So be like Nicole, y'all. Be like Nicole. And I hope you enjoy your honeymoon, girl, whenever you listen to this, all right? So, yes, make all that nice passion, love, and all that stuff or whatever. So you go, girl. And speaking of which, tonight also I will be reteaching. Hey, Daddy. Hey, Daddy. Mark, we gotta insert that music. All right, we gonna edit that music in here. I'm trying to make this better, y'all. But hey, it'll get there. Sometimes after I finish recording, I just be like, let me listen to it. Sound good to me. I'm posting it. But again, with with development, with creativity, everything is gonna continue to grow. Hey, I might not start wanting to do extra stuff until the new year. Let me just go ahead and get this stuff out. But anyway, tonight I'll be reteaching at 757 Dance Studio, 176 South Rosemont, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 8:30, $10 cash only. No cash app, nothing, unless you got one of those $35 punch cards where you can go to any of the classes. So $10 cash. Make sure y'all come out. If you already know the dance, come out so you can brush up on your skills. If you're one of those ones that been like, oh girl, I've been wanting to come to your class and all of that stuff, come out. One time only. I don't know when I'll be teaching again. And again, I want to thank Jay and Unlimited, the creator and founder of Desire Dance Series, for continuously giving me a platform for to do the things that I love. Thank you. I really appreciate it. My love for you just runs deep. You my dance cheer sister, girl, and I love you so much. And again, I want to thank you. Next week, she is having a Halloween themed costume dance edition, Desire Dance costume theme. She said that costumes aren't required, but I'm telling you it is required, because you can go in your drawer, your lingerie drawer and all that stuff. Again, it's 18 and up, and we are all women. We are all women, okay? So body confidence. You don't have to be slim, trim, and all that stuff. We have women of all sizes that come to that class. And when I tell you they be dancing, they be dancing. And I've seen women who come and they push themselves. They continue to push themselves. They come out every single Tuesday to just continue to push their bodies to do things that their body wouldn't normally do. So I encourage every woman to come out, find a costume, put something together. I don't care if you cut out the daggone eyes of a sheet and the arms of a sheet and you a ghost. You Casper the Friendly, come out, okay? And wear a costume, all right? That's $10 cash only. Also, this weekend, my best friend, she's still doing her mommy retreat, her mommy event that is from 4 to 6. It's from 4 to 6 p.m. Saturday, October 27th. It's $20. You can send money to Cash App at the money symbol mommy, the number 2, mommy 757, mommy to mommy with the dollar sign, the money symbol in front of it. Come enjoy mommy to mommy spa treatment and stress relief conversations and education. She will be providing chair massages, refreshments, giveaways, identifying mommy burnout, self-care, and stress management. All right. You could contact Shayna Simmons, my best friend, which is a licensed social worker. She has those letters LCSW behind her name. Or Virgilia Wilborn, LMT. I don't know what that is, but you go Wilborn, Miss Wilborn. You can email mommy757@gmail.com or call 757-550-1954 or 757-749-9007. That location is going to be at 1736 South Park Court Street, 201 Chesapeake, Virginia. I think that's like around this area. But anyway, I encourage every mother, every woman to go, because how I feel, before you were anything, before you were a wife, before you were a mother, before you were any of that, you were a woman first, okay? Make sure that you are continuously taking care of you, that woman that's in you, okay? That woman that's there, the woman that you are, all right? Make sure that you are constantly taking care of her, because if she's not being taken care of, how in the world are you going to take care of anybody else, all right? So make sure you go out there, get that education, get that knowledge, get that time away from the kids. And I know some people probably be feeling guilty of wanting to be away from their kids. It's normal. You weren't born with them kids. You was not born with them kids. Like, I be telling people who like go to Disney World and Disneyland and all of that stuff. I went before. I went plenty of times. And I always tell people, before you take them kids, you go, okay? You go and be a kid. You go and enjoy those things that you've always wanted to do. Yeah, you want to, you take your kids and you want to see them happy, but you want to be happy too. That was your dream as a child, to go to Disneyland, to go to Disney World. So you go first and then take them kids, all right? So again, make sure that you're continuously, taking care of self first, because if you're burnt out, if you don't have that energy, if you don't have anything to pour into anybody else, it's gonna be hard. So I encourage, even if you're not a mother, even if you're just a woman who thinking about having kids, go and get that education so you can know how hard it is. But yeah. So as y'all know, I cut my hair off, y'all. I got me a little taper cut, low cut Caesar with the deep waves in the back. And if y'all see my Instagram, y'all know how I feel when I rub my hand on my bald head in the back. I mean, it's a lovely feeling, I'm trying to tell you. Somebody was like, girl, if you think that's something, wait till you actually got a whole nigga hand rubbing through that jank. I'm like, oh, I'm ready for it. I try to act like I'm ready for it, but I want somebody's hands rubbing through, my 4C type hair. I don't know. I go to my lady talk about, I think I'm 4A. I don't know. I'm just natural. But 2 years ago, back in 2013, I had transitioned, and it was in 2016 where I had cut all, the rest of the relaxer off and all of that stuff or whatever. And, I was embraced by the natural community. I was fully embraced and all that stuff, but I don't think I was really embracing it for the simple fact that, I was still trying to press out, press my hair and get in color and all that stuff. And my last color that I had that a professional installed, it broke off. And I had just seen on somebody's page, when you have color and all that stuff, and once it grows out, growing to the end, you don't even supposed to process that, because that's over processing. So I think what she did, she over processed my hair with that bleach, which caused the breakage. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I just want it off. I don't even want to try and no, I just want it completely off. So I went to Rhonda, who has cut my hair in the past. I sent her pictures of the shape and all of that stuff or whatever. And I was like, you're probably one of the, I'm not going to say one of the only stylists, but one of the stylists that has cut my hair that I do trust. So I went back to a trusted stylist, and she gave me exactly what I wanted, and it was only $40. Like, it was only $40 to get my hair cut. And then I went to the next day, I had to pull up on Tank. I had to pull up on him because he was acting like he didn't wanna, he booked and busy and all of that stuff. But I'm pull up shorty. So I pulled up on him at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and he did my designs and everything because I had to be right and tight for the weekend because it was Norfolk State's homecoming. Did y'all enjoy homecoming? I mean, I really didn't get to do everything like I wanted to do, like I had planned to do. But he got me right for homecoming and all that stuff. I just think it was good for, as far as me, just in my life and everything, just introduce the world to, a new and approved Ticia, because y'all know what they say, a woman that cuts her hair is ready to change the world. You hearing me? I'm ready. I'm trying. I want change in my own life. I am not my hair. Y'all know India Irene. I am not my hair. I am not my skin. Y'all heard them vocals a little bit. It's still early, and I told Mom I still can't feel like I got that morning breath because I ain't ate yet. Y'all know how when you wake up, you brush your teeth, you gargle, but you ain't eat yet, so you still got that little stink on you. And I'm all in this microphone too, y'all, like loving on this jack. But anyway, so homecoming, I went out there. I met my best friends, Jaleesa and Shayna. I met them. I got there out there super late. I was trying to get myself together for the all black that I had worked at the Half Moon. Speaking of which, that is definitely a story that I will share with you. But anyway, we went out there. I got out there around about like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I stayed out there till 5. I saw a couple of people, my fellow alumni and all that stuff or whatever. And a couple of my folks from Booker T, because y'all already know they say Booker T is Norfolk State Junior. So, it's like, we at home. And versus seeing y'all on Instagram all the time, I was able to see y'all face to face. So what's good? How y'all doing? Is life working out for y'all after college? Are y'all living y'all best dreams and living your best life for real? So, but anyway, yeah, so I ended up working the all black that night at the Half Moon, put on by Creative Nation. And I was a little bit skeptical after the fact, all that stuff or whatever, because originally I had reached out to one of the promoters and I was asking them, hey, did y'all need any bartenders? Because y'all know bartending, that's my thing. I love bartending. What I like about bartending is that, we have that barrier. We have that whole bar, that barrier that separates us from, the patron, the consumer and all that stuff or whatever. And if I refuse service, I can just walk away versus being a waitress and I walk away and you want to try to touch me and grab me and all that stuff or whatever. That's a no-no. But that's why I like bartending. But, they was like, if we don't have any more positions as a bartender, would you mind being a waitress? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So they sent us a sketch of the uniform. And I mean, it was tight. It was nice. It was cute and all that stuff or whatever. And then when the uniform came, I was just like, I don't think I could, 5 years ago, 23, 24, 25, I probably would have had a whole goddamn pasty on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have cared. But now that, I'm trying to get a traffic light up and stuff, I'm just like, I don't even want people to be looking at me like that and all that stuff. Not saying that that outfit would define me, but I don't need nobody trying to check me on anything or whatever, because I know my personality and I know my attitude about certain stuff. But if I could just avoid it at all costs, that's why I ended up getting something different. I ended up getting something made that same day. That's why y'all saw me with the shorts on. That's why I looked at it a little different from everybody, because I just wasn't comfortable at that time wearing something like that. I mean, it was cute and all of that stuff, but that's just something, now that I'm getting older, that's just something that I want to wear for my man. That's just something like we role playing, like, hey, let's play waitress and big baller shot caller. Then, all right, let me go ahead and throw that outfit on. Can I take your order? Can you popping bottles tonight? So yeah, but anyway, I mean, it was all right. I made some money and all of that stuff or whatever, so it was cool. But like I told y'all, I didn't say it before. A lot of y'all didn't heard me. By the time I turned 30, I don't want to be waitressing anymore. I just think I'm too old for that. What's next? I don't want to be Ticia from Booker T in Norfolk State that's 30. Like, you almost pushing 35. You ain't got no kids, and you still like let's let's just leave that for, the younger generations and the younger people to come up after us and all that stuff or whatever. And I ain't nothing wrong with hustling and getting money and all of that stuff or whatever. But at some point, what's next? What else you trying to do? You just gonna bartend the rest of your life? Just gonna be a bartender? But hey, because sometimes that is people's side hustles. Do your thing. Do your thing. I ain't knocking no side hustle. You got to do what you got to do. But I ain't trying to make no career out of it. But anyway, so that was that. The next day I had to work. I picked up a shift because, a girl got to get some money. I picked up a shift. My feet were killing me the night before that Friday. But I ended up working and I slept. I got home around about 5:30 and I was like, I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go to tailgate. And I don't live far from Norfolk State at all. So I can hear the music even in my room. But I just blocked that out and I took a nap. And by the time I woke up, it was 2 a.m, y'all. Y'all know a girl was tired. I was tired, boss. I was done. But anyway, that was that. So I'm assuming that, Norfolk State had a good homecoming. I mean, for the most part, what I did, it was all right. I really didn't do too much. So I can't even really, get into the whole logistics of how great it was. Not your typical homecoming, whatever the hashtag is and all that stuff or whatever. But hey, also, have y'all, my listeners, did y'all check out Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, their Red Table Talk last night? I caught it early this morning, like 4 this morning or whatever, and it was so good. Like, it was so good. I mean, after you listen to my stuff, make sure y'all go listen to it. It was really good. I can't wait to see part 2 and all that stuff. And they just talk about marriage and the struggles that Jada went through. Like, I like Jada. I always like Jada Pinkett. Like, I like her. And she was just saying how she didn't want to get married. Like, she, never wanted to be married, none of that stuff. Didn't want to have a wedding. And as a single person that rubs the back of her bald head and all that stuff, sometimes I be feeling like I don't think I want to get married either. And I know marriage is a beautiful thing and all that, but sometimes I feel like marriage is more than just like, oh yeah, I love you and we love each other, so let's get married. I believe marriage is a partnership. How can we benefit from each other? What is it that you do? What is it that I do? How can we come together and just build an empire and build a family and all of that stuff or whatever? And, Will Smith, basically, he was a man that always wanted to be married. Although he grew up in a household where his father physically abused his mother, he saw marriage. He saw marriage. And Jada's mother being a single mom, she's the only child and all that stuff or whatever. She saw what she saw, and she probably was just like, and her mother was abused as well. So she probably was just like, I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to get married. I don't want to be married and all that stuff or whatever. But I feel like marriage is a partnership more than just like, okay, because once that love goes away, once, the love isn't like really, really there, what is it that you have, and I was speaking to one of my male friends who's married, and sometimes I'd be like, is that okay to be talking to, but I'm like, hey, that's my friend, whatever. And he was just expressing like, the struggles that he goes through, in his marriage and all that stuff or whatever. And ladies, let me tell y'all something, all right? Like, I ain't married, but I know when something not cool. I don't think it's cool to be not talking to your husband. And men, it's not okay this is your partner. This is a person that you took vows with. It's not all right to be going to sleep mad and not talking. And you go days and weeks without talking, like giving a person the silent treatment. Y'all know these people be having anxiety, which I'm gonna talk about next because I really don't understand what anxiety is. But anyway, but the people on Instagram on Charlamagne page been trying to help me understand what anxiety is. But to give a person a silent treatment and not talk to them and y'all lay next to each other, that's some of the most disgusting behavior that you can have as a human being, okay? That's just nasty. You lay your head next to this person and you don't even talk to them about how you're feeling or how they made you feel and all of that stuff. And I understand, taking that time apart because, again, Will and Jada, they talked about it. Will had to let Jada know, like, he had cussed her out. I guess, he said it was 20 people, and I guess she embarrassed him. And he had to pop her on the forehead with a newspaper. He talked about it. And he was just like, we can't do this if you're going to be talking to me like that. Because verbal abuse can sometimes turn into physical abuse. Because I know somebody talk to me bad enough, I'm ready to go at your head. I'm ready to fight you. I mean, that's how fights start. Knock my mom off my shoulder. Y'all remember that? So anyway, but yeah. So it's not cool. I don't think it's even cool to withhold sex from your partner and all that stuff. Not saying just do it just because. If you don't want to do it, if you don't feel like it, yeah, that's okay. But to not be having sex with your husband or your wife, you trifling. I'm divorced. If you don't want to touch, you cheating, nigga. Something must be going on. Who is she? Where's she at? So I can beat her ass and beat your ass too. But yeah, it's just not cool. I don't think that's cool to, be withholding. And, my friend, he used the word, he said he feels that his wife would empower her more to withhold sex, to abstain from sex, because if he go to her and be like, although they mad and, whatever, and don't even know what they mad for, or had an argument, and he go to her and be like, hey, I want some sex. I want my penis sucked, dick sucked, and all that stuff or whatever. He was like, that would empower her more to hold out. I was like, she is sick. She might be having an affair. I don't know. It just don't make sense to me. Anybody that just don't want to have sex with their partner, I don't know. I said it. They might be having an affair. Something going on, and y'all need to figure it out. So I suggested that they go to counseling, and I also even suggested that he be real with her. When you do this, when you act like this, and this is the consequences of what could happen when you do this, when you act like this, when you act like you don't want to talk to me, when we're in a hostile environment, when I come home and I can't even talk to you, or you all standoffish and all of that stuff or whatever. That's just not cool, y'all. It's not cool. So I had sent him the link to the Red Table Talk with Will and Jada, and I was like, y'all probably need to watch this. Not saying that this is going to be the answer, but maybe this is a start as far as communicating. You cannot talk enough. I know I talk a lot. I still feel like I can't talk enough. And then it's also, with communication comes listening. So sometimes, you might be whatever, but stop, sit back, listen, open up your ears, relax those shoulders and all that stuff or whatever. Be attentive, lean in so they know that you listening and that you're understanding and that you do comprehend. And if you say that don't make sense to me, like I was on, again, the whole thing with anxiety, that does not make sense to me. And I know friends, dear friends, best friends that struggle with anxiety, but just the whole thing, it still don't make sense to me. Like, what you scared of? Fear? What you? The only time I ever get anxiety is when I have more bills than money. That's the only thing that had me feeling. That's the only time I ever feel anxious or anxiety, when I don't have enough money to pay my bills. But anything outside of that, that's why I don't get it. You mean to tell me, like, somebody used the example, you're sitting there watching TV and all of a sudden you start breathing heavy and sweating because you feel that you're what? Excuse me, but that's just crazy as hell. Like, that's just crazy. You mean to tell me you are not in immediate danger? Nothing is going on. Nothing is happening. And you just break out in a panic attack? Yeah, that is definitely something mental. And you probably need to get some help. you probably need to get some help, because that's just crazy and insane. And I don't want to seem insensitive or anything like that you have anxiety, but you really need to get it under control if anything just scaring you and you just fearful of anything, okay? Like you might need to get some help or something, because that's just not no way to live. I hope that, later on, because I'm talking about it, and later on or whatever, that I start, getting anxiety and all of that stuff. But again, the only time I ever feel anxiety is when I ain't got enough money. That behind me going crazy. I ain't trying to tell you. But, that's why my best friend, she do that stuff. So make sure if y'all be having anxiety and all that stuff, talk to her. She is a therapist, y'all. She's a therapist, so y'all can talk to her about that stuff. Make sure y'all contact her and tell her how you're feeling, okay? Tell her what you're struggling with and all that stuff. I promise you she won't talk to me. She is professional, okay? She's very professional, and she won't be telling people business. But anyway, so communicate, anxiety, get that stuff under control, y'all. Get that stuff under control. Get it together. Women, again, I know you women first. and all of that stuff, but talk to y'all spouses if it's anything that y'all feeling and all of that stuff. And honestly, let me say something. Don't be staying in these relationships because y'all got kids. Because that's another thing, like what my friend had told me. He was like, his wife had said, so I'm just counting down the days. Counting down the days to what? Y'all son turned 18 and all that stuff. Hell no, I ain't staying with your ass unhappy for that long, because I'm going to kill you. You out of here. Like, I'm not staying. Them kids will never keep me in anything, because them kids still going to get loved. They still gonna have what they have. They gonna still get what they need. But I don't suggest anybody staying in anything for the kids. Stay in it for you. Stay in it because that's where you want to be. If you want to work it out, work it out. But if anything that's just like, what is the word? I don't know. What is it? You know what word I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. You don't know what I'm trying to say. Irreconcilable, whatever the word is, shoot, I don't know. But differences, get out, leave. If it's just something like y'all just constantly fighting, if y'all verbally are telling each other that I'm unhappy, I'm not happy, I'm gonna make you happy. This is what we about to do. This is what we're gonna sit down. This is what we're gonna do. These are all of our options here. Let's lay it out on the table. Because sometimes marriage isn't for everybody. Maybe sometimes the person that you married wasn't really the person that you were supposed to marry. People are seasonal people. Everybody that's in your life is seasonal. From your mama to your daddy to your child to your brother, your grandma, they seasonal people. Because you don't know how long you have them in your life. You don't know what can take them out. You don't know. You don't know. Everybody in your life is seasonal. Maybe some of y'all came into each other's lives for a season and had those kids. That didn't necessarily mean that you had to get married. You just came to fulfill what was supposed to have been done, and that child was supposed to be here. You don't have to stay just because of the kids, all right? And I know I ain't married, and I might not be, this is my podcast. I can say what the fuck I want to say. Get a divorce, all right? If you're unhappy, get a divorce. Leave. If it's not working out, leave. If you felt that. But first, before you leave, exhaust everything. Do everything that you could do. And also, accountability. That's my favorite word. Accountability. Take accountability. Like I had to tell my friend, I was like, what are you doing? What you doing? You always, she da. What you doing? And when I asked him, he was like, okay, well, I could back up a little bit. I could give her a little bit more room when she say that she need time to think. I could back off. He said, because I'm back at it. Like, I was like, okay. So again, continue to take that time. And not saying that, intimacy That intimate time and all that stuff, sometimes it's just you and your partner. It's not you, your partner, and the kids. You ain't about to be daggone raw dog in the back while the kids right there. No. That's mommy and daddy time. That's adult time. That's family time. You being with the kid, that's family time. That ain't grown folks time. That's family time. Okay? So you have to understand that you got to be intimate with your partner. Those pillow talks when you wake up in the morning and y'all just talking before you go to bed and y'all just talk. That's y'all being intimate with each other, okay? Y'all have to make sure that y'all continue to do that. Have that. Have that time where it's just y'all. Have that time where, y'all two, y'all take trips. Go to Disney World without the kids. Go to Orlando, Florida, and all that stuff or whatever. Have that time. And I had suggested, because I had seen it on Instagram. It was a wife. She worked in the medical field. Everybody know anybody that works in the medical field is very, very demanding. Your schedule, your shifts is all over the place. Nothing is set in stone ever. You probably supposed to get off at this time, but y'all might get a cold red, blue, brown, green, or whatever. Well, y'all know who in the medical field know what that stuff mean. I don't even know if I said it right. But anyway, you probably scheduled to get off at 6. You might not get off till 12 at night or whatever. But this man went through the process of calling her boss. Ooh, my stomach rumbling. I'm gonna get something to eat after this. Calling her boss, saying about that vacation time, submitting that vacation time, getting the passports, booking that flight, booking that hotel, booking those babysitters and all of that stuff or whatever. Okay, you might got multiple kids. Some people don't watch your kids all together. Your kids probably bad as a bitch together, bad as hell. And you might need to separate them. But that's where, find who your support is and split them up. You might have to split them up and all that stuff. You might have to pay some people, okay, we're going to be gone from this time to this time, and they go to school and they got this and all that stuff. But for that week, your kids can't go to those practices and all of that stuff. But that's initiating. You might have to talk to the coaches and all of that stuff. Hey, my daughter will be here. Do you mind picking her up and dropping her off? That's just going over and beyond. That's just saving that, doing that, taking that initiative, basically. So anyway, he did all of that. He got all that stuff squared away. And then, he gifted her with a gift, and it was her passport. And she with the tickets, she was like, but I got to go to work. He was like, call your boss up right now. Call that nigga. He was like, yeah, Sarah, everything is taken care of. She was like, but everything is taken care of. Enjoy your vacation. See you when you get back. Sometimes, guys, you got to take that extra mile because women gonna do it automatically. That's just stuff that we do. That's just stuff, we'll do something like that automatically. But sometimes, guys, you got to take that initiative. You got to take that extra step. We want to see how far you can go. We want to stretch that rubber band and see how far it can go till it break and all of that stuff or whatever. So I was like just giving him suggestions. If it's worth saving, anything that's worth having is worth fighting for. Okay. So if you feel like, that marriage, anything that you supposed to, you will go out all the stops. And if you see that you did all of that and it's just still, like I said, exhaust everything. Once you exhausted everything and you still see that it is not working, but I feel like you exhaust everything in marriages. I'm not about to exhaust everything in just no regular relationship, because if it ain't working, it's not working, and you're just not the one. You're not. You ain't. But in a marriage, you exhaust everything. Exhaust all options. And if it don't work, if the trip don't work, the marriage counseling don't work, you talking don't work, peace. Do what you got to do and go on about your life and just live your life, okay? So anyway, take some time. Anybody who's married, anybody who's engaged, anybody who's thinking about getting married, listen to to that red table talk and all that stuff. Find out who you are. Find out how you communicate. Find out, the type of, like, oh, y'all, I ain't take the 5 love languages. I usually take the 5 love languages test like every 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 months or whatever, or even after I finish talking to somebody. I just want to know how I've changed. Do I like gifts more now? Do I like, affection more? And it really do be changing. You will see. That'd be like an assessment for me after 6, 9, 12 months and all of that stuff, when I go back just to see how I, at this present moment, how I want to be loved, what is love to me and all that stuff or whatever. So I even encourage, take that even as a single person, as a couple, as a married person and all that stuff. So I encourage y'all to do that or whatever, because we want to get this love thing right, y'all. We want to get it right. And anything that you want to save or anything that you want to have, that you want to grow, let's grow it. So look at me talking about marriage and all that stuff or whatever with my single ass. Anyway, all the single lady, I'm coming back for y'all too, because that's who I talk to everybody, men, women, married, single, all of that stuff. But tonight, City Hall, 7 p.m., 810 Union Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23510. 7 p.m., City Hall. I'll be there. And at 8:30, I will also be at Desire Dance Series for Usher's Hey Daddy. That's all I got for y'all this Ticia Tuesday. I'm out, and I'll see you next week, okay? Oh, next week, I'm going to have a special guest, all right, y'all? I am having Miss Jimmy herself, Miss Virgin Grooves, to talk about her Halloween party and everything that she's doing for her community. And every event that she throws, she usually raise funds, and those proceeds go to something that is near and dear to her. I believe this year is the SPCA. Every event she has is for a cause. That's why I try to make sure that I'm at anything that she does, because she is a woman who I believe in, like, that is basically, again, like I say, she put on for her city. All right, make sure this Saturday y'all attend my best friend, her mommy retreat. It is $20. It's just $20. It's from 4 to 6. It's just 2 hours. All right, 2 hours. Come out and just see what it is that you can gain and just meet other mothers. Okay, so I am out. I love y'all. Peace.